Hello and welcome back. So today I am going to continue the Valentine's Day series. So it's kind of a makeup series that has Valentine's Day colors and looks in it. So I did a quick day, like romantic look last time. So maybe if you work on Valentine's Day or you're going outside during the day, that's a great option. Today I'm going to show you more of a berry look. So you can see I have my eyeshadow done already. These are the colors that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to start with a blush. You can see here I do have on a blush. I do not on this side, so I'm going to start with a blush. I have Wineberry Blush here, and I also have the Glazed Highlighter. And then for the eyeshadows, I'm going to be using Biscotti, Dusty Rose, Merlot, Sunlit Rose, Moonstone, and Sweet Plum. So I'll also list all of those down below too. First things first is I am going to get started with some eye primer because eye primer makes a huge difference. So if you're not using a liquid shadow, make sure that you're using some eye primer, one or the other. So just a tiny bit goes a long ways. Okay, so this is also this Valentine's Day or looks of love, whatever you want to call this berry, pinks, reds. This Valentine's Day series is going to be a 4-part series. So this is the second part. I am going to have 2 more series after this, so make sure you stay tuned for the next 2 as well. Okay, so I am going to do lips with you today as well. First, I'm going to do my cheeks. I'm going to start with my cheeks. Hang on, let me see. I think I have a clip. Let me give it a clip. Okay, so it always helps if you can get your hair out of your face and it's not part of your makeup, right? So I'm going to start with my cheek brush. This is Wineberry that I'm picking up. So the cheek brush is actually a 3 time, like you can use this for 3 different things, for contour, blush, and highlight. So the meat of it, the center where I just applied that blush, that's where you're supposed to apply the blush. If you're applying contour, which I did before I hopped on here, you apply the contour with this part right down here, so kind of the flat end of it. And then the highlight you're going to apply with the very tip, kind of that, a little bit more of the like frayed end. Okay, so I'm going to apply this right on my cheekbone. So this is Wineberry. So you can go ahead and just pat this on. So you want to find your cheekbone, apply it right on your cheekbone. So if you don't know where to apply it, you can always do the little fishy face and follow it up with your brush right above where your cheekbone is. That is where you're going to apply it. So I'm just patting this out right now, and then I'm going to blend it. So we don't ever want to look like it's unblended or anything's unnatural. So you always want to blend. You can see here how nice and blended out it is versus it being kind of a streak over on this side. So that is my favorite part of the blushes and eyeshadow. They're called Chroma Fusion, and they're so blendable. So there we go, got the blush all blended out. Now I'm gonna put on a little bit of the highlighter too. So this is Glazed right down here. So like I said, you apply it kind of on the tip of the brush, and then you can go ahead and apply it, feather it on here, and kind of like a little bit of a C. That's where I always want to apply my highlighters, and a little bit of a C. And you can see here where my nose is a little bit highlighted, I did also apply a little bit right here as well. So right down the center. All right, now we can get started with the eyeshadow. So the eyeshadow, let me fix this here. All right, so the eyeshadow on this eye, I already put on the eye primer. I'm going to use a couple of brushes. These are the brushes I'm going to use today. They're all Mary Kay brushes. Mary Kay brushes have a lifetime guarantee, so you buy them one time, you never buy them again. I have the eye blending brush, all over eyeshadow brush, crease brush, and the smudge brush. So let's get started. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to coat my entire eye with the whitish color Biscotti. So right here, I'm going to take this light cream and I'm going to put this all over my eyelid. So it's all the same color. So this is really going to help, especially if you have any kind of discoloration on your eyelid. You have wrinkles and they cause discoloration or shadows, or you have veins that you can see on your eyelids. So this is just going to kind of create a nice flat surface for me to get started with. All right, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the Moonstone. So I want to make sure that I highlight the inner corner because that inner corner gets really dark, and just a little bit of Moonstone or crystalline in that inner corner is going to make a really big difference. You can see right here, It's right in there as well. Same thing right underneath your brow bone. So right underneath your brow bone, we always want to make sure it's very separated. You don't want your eyeshadow to go, like we don't want a purple or a pink or anything like that all the way up to the eyebrow. We want a little bit of something in between there. So the thing we want in between there is something a little bit lighter, or maybe matching your skin tone a little bit better. Or it can be kind of like I have right here, like a shine to separate them. So that's the first step, is the Biscotti and the Moonstone. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Dusty Rose, which is the matte pink, and then I'm going to take my blending brush, pick that up. Okay, I'm going to apply it right in my crease line. So you can kind of pat it. I like to kind of pat a little bit of the color exactly where I want it to be and then blend it out. You can do little circles, or you can do, so little circles kind of like this, going back and forth, or you can go windshield wipering back and forth, whichever motion feels better to you and more comfortable to you. If you're just starting to do your eyeshadow, it's both gonna feel really uncomfortable. Just keep doing it and kind of switch back and forth, if you don't have a preferred method. That's what I do, is I kind of go back and forth. Okay, so now I got the Dusty Rose on. Next, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit of sparkle. So sparkles and shimmers, they make blending a lot easier. So I'm going to add a little bit of this one. This is Sunlit Rose. So it's kind of the same color as the Dusty Rose. It's just got the sparkles in there. So I'm just going to add that exactly where I just put the Dusty Rose. So I'm layering them, and layering especially mattes and shimmers and mattes and shimmers together. It creates a very, very beautiful and professional looking look. So instead of just using the same color over and over to, you know, kind of keep applying, so instead of me going back in with the Dusty Rose again to get this deep color, I like to go in with the shimmer next, just so it adds that depth to your eyeshadow combination. Okay, so I'm blending this out now. Okay, next I'm going to take my crease brush. We're going to add some Merlot. So here is kind of where you get to decide how dark you want your eyeshadow to be. You can make this really dark. You can add a lot of Merlot on the outside. You can darken it up, make it look like a nice date night look. You can keep it a little bit lighter like I did on this eye. So I'm just applying a little bit of this right in the outer corner. I like the crease brush because it's so compacted, so it really helps to apply exactly where you want it to, but it's on that slant too, so it kind of almost gives you the exact like angle that you want it to look like. Okay, so next, now that I've applied it, I'm going to take my blending brush and I'm just going to blend this out. So the other cool thing about applying it with a brush like I just showed you, so the crease brush or the smudge brush, one of those that has the very compacted bristles, is it's going to keep that color exactly where you want it. So it's going, since it is compacted, it really places it exactly where it should be. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with Sweet Plum, which is the purple. So we're going to really kind of get the berry color, pulling the berry out now. And I'm applying that all over in that crease line again. Okay. You can always take your finger too if you feel like I got a little bit extra up on top. So I just took my finger and kind of brushed it right off, and now you can see where the line is between my eyebrow and my eyeshadow again. So it's an easy solution there. Next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my all over eyeshadow brush again. I'm going to pick up a little bit of the Moonstone, and I want to put this right on my lid, right in the center of my lid, keeping it nice and low. Okay, then I'm going to blend it one more time. So I'm just taking this brush, I'm not adding anything else to it. I am just blending this so I don't have any harsh colors. Then I'm going to take my smudge brush. I'm going to pick up Merlot first. So this is a matte dark purple. I'm going to put it in the outer corner underneath. So I do usually put something underneath my eye, at least halfway underneath my eye. I like the color to be brought underneath. I think it ties it together. You can always layer them. So I just put a little bit of Merlot on the outside. Now I'm going to take the Sweet Plum, which has a little bit of shimmer to it. I'm going to apply that over the top. Okay. Now we're all done with the eyeshadow. So I am going to now put on my mascara. And then we can do lips as well. So cheeks and eyes are all done. Well, my eyes aren't completely done. I still have eyeliner and mascara, but the eyeshadow is all done. So next what I'm going to do is, you can see here I have the eyeliner on. The eyeliner I used is the waterproof black eyeliner. So I like to start in the middle and do tiny little dashes, work my way out and work my way back in. So just little tiny dashes. This is, like I said, a liquid eyeliner. So I love how easy it is to use. I was terrified of liquid liners before I started using them, just because I thought it was going to be a lot harder to use. But actually drawing the line with the liquid liner, I think, is actually a little bit easier once you get the hang of it than a crayon. It's a little bit more predictable and you can place it a little bit easier. So one tip I do have for you is, if you do use liquid liner, make sure you store it down. So you want the tip of it to be stored down so that the product is always pulled down, because if you store it like this, it'll dry out quicker. So make sure you keep it down so that you get more product out of it. And also it's waterproof, so it's not going to go anywhere. Let me show you too, actually. Okay, I have a line on my hand. I'll come back to it in a minute. I'll let it dry. So the way I like to remove this, since it is waterproof, I like to use the oil-free eye makeup remover. It's the best eye makeup remover you're ever going to use, hands down. I used to use the really greasy ones when I was a kid and like younger, even like a young like adult, teenager. And I wear contacts, so maybe you can relate to this, but they would get gooey and like gunky, and it was really gross. And then I tried the Mary Kay eye makeup remover. I have never gone back. It is oil-free. It doesn't have that gunky feel. You can use it with your contacts in your eyes, or you can take your contacts out before too if you'd rather. It does not matter. It's totally up to you. But it's by far my favorite makeup remover I've ever tried. So it also just removes your eye makeup so quickly, so then you don't pull out your lashes, because I was also that girl who would, be scrubbing, and then I look down at my washcloth and there's like 3 lashes on there. I'm like, oh shoot, 3 lashes a night. That's a lot of lashes, right? So make sure you're gentle with it. When I use the eye makeup remover, you can find videos on here on my YouTube channel of me using it, but you just hold it right over your eye, let it sit for about maybe 10 seconds. It kind of softens it up and starts to remove it, and then you can wipe it off. So then you're not going to cause any damage to the skin around your eyes or your lashes. All right, and this is Lash Fanaroma that I'm using. I love the Lash Fanaroma. Make sure you change your mascara out every 3 months. So that's when the bacteria starts to really build up and can cause health issues, is after 3 months. So make sure at 3 months, whenever you crack it open, just know 3 months from then, you need to switch it out. So I always like to open a new one on the 1st of the month, just so that I can remember when I opened it, or when I need to reopen a new one. So I keep it in my planner. That's how I track it. But another way you can do it is, I have customers who do this actually. They write on here. So they get a Sharpie, or they'll write it on the bottom with a Sharpie, and they'll write the day that they open it. So then they know exactly when it is that they need to replace it. So the same thing goes for eyeliners as well. Okay, so that's the Lash Fanaroma. I have it on, so my eyeshadow is all done. Tell me what you think down below. What do you think about this berry look? I think it can be so pretty, especially for something like Valentine's Day, when it's a little bit more pinks and berries and reds and pretty colors like that, the love colors. So now we can do my lips. Okay, let me make sure this is dry. Okay, it is. So this is all dried now. So this is the waterproof liquid eyeliner. Look at this. It's crazy. Like, it's not going anywhere. I'm scrubbing and it does not move. Like, I could probably turn my hand red. You can literally see, look at how hard I'm scrubbing. So it doesn't go anywhere. You have to use the makeup remover to get stuff off. So if you're looking for a eyeliner to stay still, not move, it's a good one. Okay. Now my lips. So I wanted to show you, these are my 3 best-selling lipsticks that are berry colors. So I've showed on here before berry lip glosses and things, and I've showed the lipsticks before as well. But today I wanted to show you my 3 best-selling ones, and I'll actually put one on as well. But I wanted to show you all 3 of them. So this one is Appleberry. I'll put it next to That's apple berry. So it's kind of a pretty, like, I would say that's a pinkish berry. Next, we have crushed berry, which is a little bit of a darker berry. This one's also a I believe this is a semi-matte, yes. And the apple berry is a semi-shine. So apple berry, semi-shine. This last one was crushed berry, which is a semi-matte. And then the last one is berry couture, which is a little bit darker, almost kind of a reddish berry. That's also a semi-shine. So go ahead and tell me down below, which one do you like the best? I want you to vote. So we have apple berry, crushed berry, or berry couture. So apple berry, crushed berry, berry couture. You can go ahead and vote down below. I'm going to put one of these on. First though, I am going to put on a lip liner. So I'm going to use Rose lip liner today. So since you can use a berry lip liner if you want to, that's probably what would match these the very best is a berry lip liner. However, it's going to make your lipstick more berry and a little bit darker. I want mine to be a little bit more on the pinky side, a little bit more pinky berry. That's just my preference. I don't like the super, super dark lipsticks on me. So you can control the color of your lipsticks through your lip liners. So today I'm going to use the Rose and I'll show you. Lip liner is going to keep your lipstick from feathering too. So nothing drives me crazier than when I'm wearing lipstick and all of a sudden I look in the mirror and it's like all coming down and coming out around my lips. So lip liner is going to keep it on longer and it's also going to stop it from feathering. Also, I recommend a lip primer, which I did not put on today because I am doing multiple videos here, but this is lip primer, so I'm going to take this lipstick off afterwards. But if I were going to be wearing this for a while, I would be using the lip primer. So this is going to keep it on for longer. It's going to keep it from feathering, and it's going to help you with lip wrinkles. So if you're worried about lip wrinkles, this is a Time-Wise lip primer. It's pretty cool. Okay. Okay, so I lined it first. Now, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, which one was I going to use? I think I was going to use, I used crushed berry. Okay, so crushed berry was the middle one. This one right here. That's the one that I'm going to use today. Okay, so I've got crushed berry on with the Rose lip liner. And you can always kind of, use your fingers to kind of fix it. And then also another trick for you is if you feel like, sissy, I just got a little bit right there, take a brush that has nothing on it. So that's a clean brush. This one's a clean brush. And you can go ahead and like feather that off. You can also take the clean brush and you can work it around your lipstick to make sure that you don't have any harsh lines. I just like the way it looks better. I think it applies a little bit better. Your lines aren't as harsh. I think it can just really help. So the brush that I like to use the most when applying lipstick is the cream color brush because it's meant for cream shadows. So it's great for lipsticks because they're not powdery and it is more of that liquid. So anyway, that is the brush that I like to use. So last chance to vote. We have apple berry, crushed berry, and then berry couture. Those are your three options. I am going to put a little bit of lip gloss over it. Fancy Nancy, again, just to bring a little bit more of that pink and shimmer to the lips. And then that's it. So here's the look. This is the berry kind of combination for the Valentine's Day look. Tell me what you think down below. So I'll put down below all the things that I used on my eyes as well as my cheeks and my lips. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. If you want to shop anything that I covered today, make sure you just check down below in the description. My link will be down there. All the products that I used will be down there. You can sign up for my email list so that you can check out my classes. I offer makeup and skincare classes, so make sure you check those out. And also, if you're interested in skincare, I have a new skin cycling video out. It's also a 4-part series. So make sure you tune in there too, because skin cycling has changed my skin. I am absolutely in love with it, and I'm so excited that I feel confident enough, and I've been doing it for long enough that I feel confident to show you guys. So make sure you check that out too. But anyway, I'll see you guys back here next time. And remember, there's 2 more parts of this Valentine's Day makeup series. So I've got 2 more coming at you. We have 1 more that's going to be an all pink look. So it's going to be pink lipstick and pink eyes and all that stuff. And then I have another one. It's going to be a smoky, so brown, smoky eye look. And then I'm also going to do a bright red lipstick with it too. So make sure you tune back in for those as well. I'll see you guys back here next time. Bye.